Now is Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter, a member of the House Budget Committee. Congressman, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. What is your expectation here? Give us the latest on Capitol Hill ahead of this budget deadline.
Well, listen, we shouldn't shut the government down, but if we do, let's be clear, this will be the Schumer shutdown. I'm proud of the president. He's always willing to talk to people. He's the chief negotiator. He's a great negotiator, and he's willing to talk to them. But right now, the Democrats are intent on shutting this government down. And make no mistake about it, this will be the Schumer shutdown. I voted to keep the government open. John Ossoff and the Democrats voted to close the government down because they want to spend more money. That's exactly what they want to do. Because when the government spends more money, inflation goes up and you have less money. And that's what people need to understand. Republicans want to save money, but Democrats, they want to spend your money.
Well, what about these health care issues that the Democrats are raising? There's an analyst at Cowen who's asking the question, do the Republicans need the extension of the APTCs to maintain control of the House? How impactful will all of this be for the Republicans if you don't see more focus on these health care issues that the Democrats are raising?
Well, first of all, let's go back and understand that the Democrats could have extended this. They did not do that during the ACA. And whenever they did put these extenders into place, they made them temporary. So they understood they were going to expire. Now, look, we need some kind of runway, some kind of pathway before we end these, if we do end them. And yes, it will have an impact. We don't want people's insurance rates to go up, but at the same time, we've got to stop these subsidies. We've got to get this spending under control. This was never meant to be permanent. It was only to get us through the pandemic. And if the Democrats had wanted it to be permanent, they could have made it permanent.
Well, I mean, this is a great point that you raised, and it's something that I spoke with your colleague, Andrew Clyde, just last week, and that is much of this spending on these health care, and now we're calling them extenders, was because of COVID. So if you all are going to say, look, we want to get back to pre-COVID spending, then you've got to show action that you're doing that instead of actually going back to all of the spending during COVID. Here's what your colleague, Representative Clyde, told me last week. Watch this.
I think what he's talking about are the COVID-era subsidies for Obamacare. Not one Republican has ever voted for it. It's a problem. We're not in COVID anymore. So I think this is an issue of what's not in the bill. This is a clean funding or spending freeze, rather, for the next 2 months so that we can get the appropriations process completed.
Your thoughts?
Andrew's exactly right. This was never intended to be extended after COVID. It was to get us through COVID. We're through COVID. Right. Okay? And I do agree we need some kind of runway, some kind of pathway to end it. We don't need to just pull the rug out from underneath it. But at the same time, we can't continue with this excessive spending. We've got to address this.
Yeah. Let me ask you about the media here, because Disney has announced Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to ABC tonight, Congressman. Of course, as you know, he was suspended last week following offensive remarks he made about Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin being part of the MAGA movement. Disney said that its decision to suspend Kimmel was, quote, to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. But we've spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we've reached a decision to return the show on Tuesday. Still, though, Congressman, the Sinclair Broadcast Group, which operates 30 ABC affiliates, said that it will preempt the show across stations and replace it with news programming. Your reaction?
Well, once again, the left-leaning media has caved to the woke mob. And, you know, Jimmy Kimmel is suffering from low ratings, and he's lied to the American people. And let's make sure we understand now, he was suspended off of the air by his employer. Not by the FCC, and his free speech was not impeded at all. This was an employer decision on Jimmy Kimmel. Now they've decided to put him back on, and I'm very sorry that they've done that, and I wish they wouldn't have, but that's their right as the employer, and that's their right with free speech. I disagree with him 100%. I think the left has got a violence problem, and this only helps to to increase it when you use words like this. We need to be careful, and he needs to be careful when he talks the way that he talks on TV like this.
Well, Congressman, look, we've talked many times with you about Joe Biden and his mental capacity. What is your take on Kamala Harris now on this book tour? And she said that it was reckless for Joe Biden to have run for president, but she went along with it as her aides told her to.
And she should be held responsible for that. I mean, look, she was in a position where she should have been jumping up and down, telling everyone, hey, we got a problem here. We've got someone in charge. The most powerful person in the world is not the mental acuteness is not there in order to make these decisions that need to be made. She is responsible and is complicit in this as he was just by being incognitive like he was.
Well, we'll be watching that book tour. But real quick, you've got a couple days left, legislative days to get things done. Do you expect we will see government shut down on Wednesday?
Well, we shouldn't. And if we do, again, it will be the Schumer shutdown. I mean, let's face it, he's only trying to prove to people that he's more anti-Trump than AOC is.
Will you be able to finish the appropriations bills on the docket?
Yes, we can finish them. And look, our appropriations committee is doing a great job. And if we can get back and we can get this done, I'm very confident we could get it.
Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, Buddy Carter joining us. Quick break, and then France is joining the growing list of nations recognizing Palestinian statehood as Hamas is now